please raise your hands? Very good. That's great. That's great. So we will speak in English today without any fear. Whosoever I will call. Otherwise, if you would like to come forward and speak, you can always do that. Okay? So we will increase our confidence by speaking in English. So believe you can, and you are already half the way there. Okay, so now this is a riddle for all of you. Let's see who will come forward and tell me what it is. Grammy Central Line, second bench boy, please come forward, bache. Can you please read this out loud for all of us? Second bench boy who is sitting with Hanji, you please. You have to read this. What is this all about, Hanji?
I make it sound natural and right.
Wait. When you are speaking, I make English sound natural. Why are you, just elongating the last syllable there? Just say, I make English sound natural. Okay? Just put a full stop after every word. Full stop in the sense, don't elongate the last syllable of your word. Okay? Hanji, please speak again.
I make English sound natural and right.
Very good.
Like tea and heavy rain sound just right. I don't keep speaking. I am a bird with married action one other.
Hanji.
Bird become best friends. God of
Because of me, that's right. Now it was better. Now you can go back. Kalinga, first boy, central line, who has raised his hand, please come forward. What are we talking about here now? So what is the topic for today?
Pray everyone.
Sorry, what is it? It's co-locations. You have studied that, right? Have you?
Yes.
That's great. Like heavy rain, right? Such words, traffic jam. All right. So today we will be doing a quick activity for that. Now, first of all, what is the meaning of co-locations? Co-locations means arranging, to set in a place. Co is what? Together. And what is location? We know place. So, co-location. Now, these are the different type of co-locations. You must have studied all of these types. Adjective plus noun, heavy rain, light rain. Verb plus noun, take a break, right? So these are all related to your grammar. Now, can anyone tell me what is an adjective? Anybody from Bharat Ratna? What is an adjective? Hanji bache, please come forward. Girl who just raised her hand, second last bench. What is an adjective?
Words which describe the noun.
Absolutely, words which describe the noun. Good. For example, can you give an example? Use any adjective in a sentence.
Ma'am, beautiful girl.
Please repeat.
Ma'am, beautiful girl.
Beautiful girl, Hanji. Can you make a sentence out of these two words? Any sentence. I am a beautiful girl. The simplest sentence.
Ma'am, I drink a strong tea.
Yes, that's right. That is also good. Okay, thank you so much. So, if we talk about co-locations, you can see sometimes some people confuse it with idioms. Idioms are sometimes can be considered as co-locations, but what happens is co-locations are the words in which the meaning is literal, like strong tea means strong tea. Run quickly means run quickly, whereas in idioms, it is not the literal meaning of the wording, right? First of all, it is not just 2 or 3 words, just not a pair or a group of 3 words or 4 words. it's the whole sentence. And then there is always figurative expression in that. There is like a hidden meaning in that. Okay. And idioms is, we can say some of them are like collocations, and so are the oxymorons. Now, in collocations, what happens is two words are placed in such a way that it is very easy to speak. You can see native people who speak English, they use those two words together to make a meaningful word. To, the fluency is also increased when we use collocations. In case of oxymorons, now some of them are collocations, but not all of them. This is a phrase that combines two words that seem to be opposite to each other. For example, act naturally. One is act, you have to act. Second is naturally. Isn't that quite opposite? But they can be used together as oxymorons. Okay. For example, exact estimate. We are saying exact, precise. Along with that, we are using the word estimate. That please give us an estimate. Okay. So let's start with our questions for today. Now, Bharat Ratna. Anybody, can you please come forward? Bharat Ratna. Now, bache, this is a clue that I have given. So this is a written clue. This is a visual clue. And I will give you verbal clue if required. So you have to tell me what kind of collocation can be used for this. Okay. Anyone from Bharat Ratna, bache, central line, last girl, please come forward. First of all, can you please read this for us? And what do you think is happening in this picture?
To sit for, undergo, or answer the questions for a formal test.
When you are speaking, wherever there is comma, give a little pause. To sit for, undergo, or answer the questions for a formal test. Bilkul, it was absolutely right. Now, what is she doing? Can you tell me what is the collocation for this particular slide, for this question?
She's doing her exam.
The collocation that we can use for this is take an exam. So many people confuse it with give an exam. I want to give an exam. I'm going to school to give an exam. No, we go to take an exam. When we are writing an exam, that is, we are taking an exam. Okay. So that is the collocation for this, take an exam. We don't use give an exam. We don't use any other words. This is like, these one or two words are specifically, two or three words are specifically, paired together, grouped together, right? To increase our fluency, to make a better understanding. Okay. To, converse our idea in a better way. All right. So now from Grammy, last bench corner girl who is sitting near the curtains, can you please come forward, bache? Can you please read this for us? And there is, a very typical and a very commonly used collocation that we use in schools also when we are seeing the uniform of kids, students. First of all, please read this, and then can you give the collocation for this one? Written clue is there, this visual clue is there. If you want, I'll give you some more clue. I cannot hear you. Please be a little loud.
Put your shirt inside your pants.
Or skirt. Hanji. So what is the collocation that you use for this? What are the general words or kind of the phrase that you use for this? When you come to school, sometimes, just in case if you are shabbily dressed, although we have done a lecture on this, how to dress up properly when coming to school, how to prepare yourself and how to prepare everything before coming to school, right? So, okay, you can go back, bache. Emmy, third bench, central line boy. Okay, yeah, you who just raised his hand, please come forward. What is the collocation that we can use for this? When we have to dress up nicely, central line, Emmy, third bench boy. Bache, you just raise your hand, second or third boy. Whosoever raised his hand, Hanji, please come forward. You have already raised your hand. Please come forward. Hanji. What is the answer? What is the collocation that we use for put your shirt neatly inside your pants or your skirt when you have to be sharply dressed, you know? Crisp dressing for school. Emmy, bacha, I cannot hear you. Can you please repeat again? Okay, okay, you can go back. First bench boy from Emmy, please come forward. First bench boy, Emmy, central line, please come forward and speak a little louder. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, why is there so much of confusion? Hanji, please come forward. Like, you know, in this one, we used take an exam. That was the co-location for this one. What is the co-location that we can use for this picture? Neatly? Okay. All right, you can go back. Generally, the simplest one is tuck in your shirt. That was what I was looking for. Okay? Tuck in your shirt. So these are the generic, you know, all the collocations that we are using. Okay? Especially for your school. Now, this one I think I use every day and I don't know how many times. So anybody from Kalinga, central line, first boy, you can come forward with specs. With specs, please. Okay. Hanji bache, can you please read this out for us? And
Lift
give
your
a
hand.
solution for this.
Lift your hand to answer or ask something.
Lift your hand. Okay, and what is the collocation you said? What do we use for this? There are 2-3 words that we use for lift your hand to answer or ask something. When I'm asking you something, what do I say? Do I say this whole line? I just say 2-3 words all the time. I think all the teachers use that. Okay, Emmy, first boy. Okay, you can come forward, bache. Hanji, what do we say for this one? I cannot hear you, bache. Emmy? Please come a little forward. Something? Nahi, bache, I think you're not getting my question. You can go back. We have to use co-locations. These are just the clues that I'm giving you. This was the clue to sit for, undergo, or answer the questions for a formal test. The co-location is take an exam. Here it is. This is the clue. The co-location is tuck in your shirt. Here it is. Raise your hand. This is the co-location for this. So these are the words that we generally club up together when we are speaking in English to speak fluently. Okay? To speak like native speakers. This is how they speak. Okay? To make English a little easier and a little more powerful also. All right? So here the answer is raise your hand. When you lift your hand to answer or ask something, what is the co-location? Raise your hand. Is everybody getting me now? What I'm trying to say here? Please raise your hands if you are understanding what I'm saying. Yes, there are clues on the board here, but you have to answer, okay? Hanji. All right. From Dronacharya. Last boy central line. Can you please come forward, bache? All right. Hanji. First of all, can you just read this and just tell me what is happening here, or what do you think is the co-location that can be used for this slide?
Focus carefully.
What is the co-location for that? Co-location for that is pay attention. Pay attention. These are the two words that we use generally together. These two words, pay attention, we place them together generally to make a meaningful thing. That is pay attention. Meaning is to focus carefully. Co-locations are not the words from these clues. They are totally different answers. Okay? So the co-location for this, which means focus carefully, and you can see in the picture, they are trying to focus. So this is pay attention. Co-location for this one. All right. This is a very common one. When you go home, you sit, you do something, and your parents, or maybe even your teachers next day, they ask you something. What is that something you have to tell me? When you complete assignments at home, whatever assignments you get from school, this is the picture. He's doing something. What is he doing? Grammy, first boy who has just raised his hand from side lane, please come forward. What do we generally use for this? What is the co-location for that?
Complete your homework.
Absolutely correct. Complete your homework, do your homework. Okay? So these were the clues, and he has told absolutely correct. Do homework or complete homework. Now, anybody from Kalinga, anybody come forward? Please read this, and whatever you see over here, please tell us what are you seeing. This is all your perception, but till now answers were not like wrong in the way. You were perceiving it correctly. Okay? But we have to use the co-locations, that's because that's a topic. Hanji bache. Can you please tell us what's happening here?
Ma'am, one person is writing notes.
Very good. Very good. This is write important points while listening. You can go back. Write important points while listening, and this is taking notes. Take notes. This is the co-location for that. For this picture. Taking notes or take notes. Okay? The form of the verb can obviously change depending on the context or the sentence, or whatever story you are telling or whatever situation is there. Depending on the condition, obviously the sentences, the verbs, all those changes. But main, what is the co-location here? Take notes. This is a very easy one. Okay. Who will come from Bharat Ratna? Please come forward. Anybody? Any? Okay. Hanji, whom should I call? Dronacharya, central line. I think it's fourth bench boy. Please come forward. You have raised your hand, Hanji bache. Please come forward. Central line, Dronacharya, fourth bench boy. Hanji, please. First of all, please read this. What is it? Pack, you said absolutely right. But bache, co-locations are words, a group of words, pair or group. So it just cannot be pack. It's just one word. Pack your bag. That is the right one. Now, anybody from Grammy, can you please come forward and make a sentence for pack your bags? Grammy Hanji boy in the curtain one lane who has just raised his hand. Third bench, I think. Hanji. Yes, you. Please make a good sentence with pack your bags. And now, your holidays are also coming after, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks. So you must be excited about that, packing your bags.
Into your suitcase.
Yes, you have to make a sentence, bache, with pack your bags or packing my bags or anything. Packing and bags with these two words.
Pack my bag and things of just in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Grammy, central line boy who is just standing between two lanes. Hanji, please come forward. Okay. Be a little loud. I am not able to hear you.
Books, timetable in the bag. Yes.
Can you please repeat again, bache? I couldn't hear you properly. Okay. All right. Thank you. You can go back. Thanks. There's so much of response from Grammy, and it is making me so happy. Almost all the hands are raised for all the questions. So kudos to you, students. Very good. I mean, I won't be able to call everybody because I have to ask from all the sections, but you are already shining today. All right. So next one. Put on your school uniform. What is the co-location for this? What do we generally say? Bharat Ratna, last girl in the side lane, Hanji, who has just raised her hand. Please come forward. Like, what do our parents say, or we say in general when we are putting on our school uniforms? We say, wear your uniform. Wear my uniform. This is the general co-location that we use for clothes also, or uniform specially. Wear uniform. Okay. All right. Now the next one. Okay, I'll give you a clue in this. There are two words, co-location of two words. One word is progress. Anybody from Dronacharya, can you please come forward and tell me what is the co-location for this picture? Dash progress. Hanji, come forward. What do you see in this picture, first of all? This person is improving gradually. So what is the general co-location that we use for this is make progress. Are you students making any progress? Rather than saying, oh, he or she is improving, will improve, what do we say generally? That is why we get our progress reports also, right? Progress cards, our result cards. Okay. So co-location general one is making progress. Hanji. From Grammy, central line last boy. Can you please come forward? Can you read this and just tell us what is going on in this picture? Hanji? Okay. Okay, boy who is standing again in between the lanes. Can you please come forward, Hanji?
Did you understand?
What do you think is going on in this picture?
Did you understand better?
Inquire to understand better. So what do we do for that? When you all students have some questions, what do? We ask questions, right? This is the general collocation that we use for questions. We ask questions. These are very general, very, daily use collocations that we are doing today. Okay? That you can use almost every day in your school, in your class. Okay? All right. When you have done your homework and there is a deadline sometimes and you hand over completed work, who will come from, let's say, Emmy? Who will come forward? Okay, Kalinga, first boy with specs. Can you please come forward? What is the general collocation that we use for this one?
Complete work on time.
Okay. But now what you are saying is a very, general sentence in English. We are talking about collocations. So here it would be submit assignment. We don't say na give your, we can say give assignment, but to have better words, to use better words, to sound more fluent, to be more fluent and more confident in English, it is always better to use collocations, idioms, better vocabulary, right? So the right word, the right collocation for this one would be to submit your assignments. Hanji. This one, anybody from Emmy? Girl who is standing near the window side lane, can you please come here? I think it's fourth bench. Girl who is standing in Emmy near the window. She's, yes. Please come forward, bache. What do you think, Hanji? Did you say setting goals? That's good. That's good. So set goals. We don't say make goals or plan goals, right? What do we generally say? We say to set goals. Okay, that's good. You can go back. Hanji, let's be a little quick because now we have just few minutes left. This one from Dronacharya. Anyone from Dronacharya? Hanji, please come forward. Boy who's just raised his hand in the central line. Aajo bache. Nothing gives me more joy than this, that students are coming themselves. They're coming forward themselves. Hanji, first of all, can you please read this for us and tell us what could be a good collocation for this picture? Obey directions carefully to follow the instructions. Follow the instructions. With instructions, what do we usually do? You can go back, bache. Thank you. What do we do? Use with instructions. It's mostly follow the instructions. Okay. So, okay. Now this one. Become more self-assured. When we are like, oh, I cannot do this, but then we are, yes, I can do this. What is that? Building up confidence. So, building up confidence is your collocation for this one, or build confidence. Okay. Okay. Kalinga, central line, third boy. Can you please come forward, bache? Hanji, you. What do you think is going on here and what could be a collocation? I'm showing you all these visuals, pictures, so that you can enhance your visual and, your imagination, your creative power. So you can, think about so many things and then arrive at one proper answer. So what is happening here? What would be a collocation for this one? This is to use time wisely. So the co-location that we can use here is managing your time, manage your time, right? We don't really say calculate your time or take care of your time. It's always manage your time properly. All right, let's do this quickly. This is improve abilities. What is happening here? For this, we say develop skills. We don't say learn skills. We can say learn skills, but developing skills is what we usually say. Develop and skills. These two pair up together to give a more powerful sentence, to give a more meaningful sentence, right? So this is develop skills. Now, explain thoughts properly. That is expressing your ideas clearly, or even we can say articulating properly. Arrive at a final understanding. This one is, can you see the boy is jumping to a conclusion? So we can say arrive at a conclusion or jump to a conclusion or reach a conclusion. So now this one, okay. Accept duty or accountability is take responsibility. We don't say ke, I mean anything else. With responsibilities, I think automatically take comes in our minds, right? So take responsibility. Successfully face difficulties. Now this is the last one. So anybody from okay Kalinga, first boy, first bench, successfully face difficulties. You can say, see, this is a start point, this is success, and he is crossing these challenges. So what do we usually use with challenges? What is the word? Please repeat again.
We try to do the test.
We try to overcome challenges. With challenges, the word that we generally use is overcome. Okay. All right, students, thank you so much. Grammy, you were excellent today. All were good, but Grammy really, was a shining star today. Otherwise, there were so many students who voluntarily came forward. That is very good. But I would really like to see more and more students coming forward from next time. Okay, because these are very easy, very fun, activities that we do here. Nobody is judging you. Nobody is questioning you anything. All right. So just try to come forward and speak whatever you are perceiving from the pictures. Okay. You just have to use your voice, your words, right? That is what I would like to see from all of you. All right. And please don't put your heads down when I'm asking you to come forward. Okay. All right, students. Thank you so much for today. You have a lovely day now. I'll see you next week then. Bye. Bye.